Yeah, might as well. The neighbors are entertaining us right now. Apparently, the kid got mad, it's interrupting Mama's pot time right now, and she is pissed, and she's taking it out on what looked like a 3-year-old kid.
Yeah, I think I would just let. I think I would probably let people not named you handle that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Gail told me don't call the cops, which I want to because I hate the smell of pot. I truly hate the smell of pot. And it is filling my fucking kitchen right now. Damn, I did the F word before the first minute. I just realized, and it is annoying me to no freaking end. I even told her, I said, don't worry, because we were hearing boom, 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 every night. Boom, 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 boom. And we're like, what the freaking heck's going on? Because it sounded rhythmic. So I thought maybe I saw a guy with her once, and I thought, okay, well, maybe he's hitting the bag or something, you know, because it sounded rhythmic. Turns out the little boy likes to throw stuff down the stairs.
Ah.
And when I found that, I was like, oh, okay. You know, I'm not going to get mad at a kid playing. You know, who would do that? So I'm willing to give this concession, you know. So I would like the concession of don't fill my house with smoke. Very simple. Okay, so anywho, it's just me and Eric on the panel today. Hello to everybody. This might actually be the shortest reading we have, or cover ranking we have. We're doing Looney Tunes.
Stay fair.
Tonight.
Stay fair.
What?
Oh, it's caught. Shit.
Oh, okay. The weird thing is apparently VENKMAN is on the road, and this was completely his idea. So, sorry, Venk, but there you go. All righty. So we're gonna do it normal. Let me share the thing. The tier list ranking Looney Tunes Halloween. And yes, I do have a lot of. As a matter of fact, I pretty much cut down everything that wasn't Dell. Almost. I needed to fill out to 12, so there are a couple. Because surprisingly enough, I couldn't find 12 Dell. So there you go. All righty. So that being said, kids, let's get this thing going. I'll start this time since, well, no, we both have a couple that aren't Dell. So I'll let you start. And this is, I'll put in the start for one. Hello to everybody. Brian, what's up? Start for one. Round one. Yeah. Round one. Fight. That's going to be brackets. All righty. And Eric. Here you go. This is Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny Halloween Hijinks.
Looks like a DVD cover.
I know, right? This might be. I don't know. I was looking for. I looked in comic books. This came up. Okay, it's a DVD cover. I don't care.
Yeah. Since there's only two of us, quick story before I start. I was watching Gutfeld. Okay. He's got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on tonight. And do you know who Tyrus is?
Yeah, I watched Gutfeld.
Okay, well, you know he's an ex-pro wrestler, right? You knew that, yes. Right? Well, yeah, and Joey Jones was on. Do you know who he is?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, well, they were talking about health and fitness and big butts, and Tyre says, "You know, all big butts aren't bad." Gutfeld, he goes, "Yeah, don't skip leg day." Joey Jones is a retired Army guy who had his legs blown off in Afghanistan.
Oh, maybe not the best thing to say. Hello to Amy Lester, by the way. It is a great thing to say.
His upper body's as big as Tyrus's.
Oh, okay.
He's just a monster. And they just laugh because that's the difference between them and. Right. Okay, back to the cover.
Back to the what we now are deciding, and I think you're right, is a DVD cover.
Yeah.
Like it.
New Avatar.
Yeah, look at
that. What is that, Amy?
Oh, okay. This is actually when we did a RPG with MARANYA and RDV. this was the little avatar I had for my character that I played when we were doing the Marvel RPG, and I was having some trouble trying to get my computer to set up, and it wasn't working really good. So I'm having to log in on my phone, and I didn't have the avatar for my artwork that was on my computer here. So I had to kind of go over and switch it to something I had really quick. And it turns out I don't have most of my artwork there. So this was like the only picture that I had that was something that I kind of drew that was on my phone. So I'm like, oh, I'm late already. So I just kind of put that up there. So I'm Rania. She might recognize. She might recognize it.
That's very nice.
Well, thank you. It was a fun piece.
If your avatar was the cover, I would give it a higher ranking than I'm going to give this cover. Which I'm going to say 7. These newer designs just don't do as much for me as the classic like old Dell covers. So yeah, it's good, but it's not blowing me away. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. If it's a DVD cover, then I guess a DVD cover is still a DVD. Is still a cover, right? So it's still a cover ranking of sorts, and now it's just us. Okay.
Well, hello.
So I can. Hello.
Hello, baby.
So, but I think the biggest thing that I see here, that's kind of like what? There's 2 Bugs Bunnies. How are there 2 Bugs Bunnies?
I think that's one of the things, aren't they? Aren't they kind of surprised? Like, oh my gosh, there's another Bugs Bunny.
Maybe that's it. It's not like a mystified Bugs Bunny, but I guess that's part of it. Is it like Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Bugs Bunny?
No idea.
Huh.
No idea. Yeah. So what did you score this, Eric?
7.
Alrighty. And Amy.
I think, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a fine drawing. It is weird that there's 2 Bugs Bunnies and it's not really explained. So it almost seems like it's something they're not paying attention to. But it's also possible that, without the little floating heads or little box in the corner that says this is a comic book, that's kind of disappointing for a comic book. So I think I will give it a 7 also, though it is a perfectly nice drawing of Bugs Bunny. They just made too many of them.
Yeah, I'm going 6 on this. I think it's
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't do much. It's rather frigid. Yeah, I've been dropping a lot this evening. All right, so we have.
I can't see chat right now, but I appreciate you being here. My phone is kind of funny to be on a voice on, so sorry about that.
We have Ethereal Dragon saying 7. It's good, not creative. Alrighty, and then we have RDV saying hey. And is that a train? Yes, I've got my door open because my neighbor smokes pot and it fills my kitchen. And
that's not great.
I hate the smell of pot. Yeah, so that's why you're hearing the train and everything that goes by. RDV gives this a 9. And we have 5 Met. Halloween has pumpkins, not carrots, says Joe. All right, then we have Halloween hijinks. Interesting cover concept, though there isn't really any Halloween or hijinks represented. Rendering is to character model. Score a Bugs 8. And then we have nice avatar, Amy. Brian Stam is saying 8. The glowing carrot draws your eye. And Jay is saying 8 as well. All righty, fun times. Let's see, 6. Doesn't really do anything for me, says Dark Admiral. And we have, yay, Amy's here. This must be a family-friendly horror show. Yes, it is. Every Friday, I have decided to dedicate to family titles. So even after we move away from Halloween, we are going to do some sort of cartoon comic, on Fridays. Nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
That way you and your sister know there's at least one very safe day.
You can come in for sure and be like, hey, guys.
Yep. Let's see. Ahoy, Amy Lester says Dark Admiral, and Jackson says 8. Alrighty, and let's see. You know what though? Real man could take a joke even if they have limbs missing. That is true. I changed my 8 to a 7 because computer coloring is says Delight. Alrighty. Let's see. Glenzer says 9. Michael Taylor says 7. Bugs looked and sounded different originally. I don't think he said, "What's up, Doc? What's cooking?" All right, that's a 9 and a 7. And by the way, yes, there are words to that song. 7 from Rhaegar, 5 from Undead. Zoinks and zoinks. And then we have, so you get a free, no, I don't. I get headaches, and I get the smell in my clothes, and I get the smell in my nostrils for a day.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. I don't even like smelling it down the street. It's, god damn, it's just it's, you know what, it's like egg water and cabbage water mixed. Have you ever stood next to somebody like at the bank who, you know, oh dear Lord, just, I actually said something. I turned, it's the biggest freaking guy I've ever seen. I'm like, god damn, smells like shit. And I turned, I was like, okay, dude, you're gonna get your ass whipped. All right, so we have 2 5s taking out those 2 9s. Next up, 2 6s take out 2 of the 4 8s, and 5 7s take out the last 2 of those 8s. And this is a 7, ladies and gentlemen, as we start our Looney Tunes journey. Yeah. All righty. Amy, you could take second place here, and this is our thumbnail. And we have the Looney Tunes, number 167, Shriek or Treat.
Oh, awesome. That's Witch Hazel, right?
Yep.
She looks amazing. Oh, look at all the little candies. Oh, what a cute detail. Hungry. There we go. Oh, that's great. I'm not exactly sure who it is she's talking to in this picture. Like, is it like the viewers gone trick-or-treating, or is this one of the characters who have shown up? But it's adorable, and I just love Witch Hazel. She's amazing. So I'm going to give it a 10.
All righty. We got a 10 from Amy. And Eric, what do you say?
Well, first I'm going to say, Amy, I am very glad you're here tonight, because the other guy has his cranky pants on tonight, and I'm glad you're here to offset it.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of funny because pot makes everybody else mellow.
Well, not the person that doesn't indulge.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, as to the cover, it has a Daffy Pez.
Oh, yeah, I know. I thought Porky Pig was a Pez dispenser too.
I think
no.
Yeah, he looks to be like decapitated.
Same as Bugs Bunny and Tweety.
But,
yeah, they're like lollipop peppers.
Yeah, I said, Ducky Pez is worth a 10 alone. So, yeah.
All righty. Yeah. Well, you say that. I think, okay, they're decapitating Looney Tunes characters. That's a 10.
Well, it's in a family-friendly way.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I figured they were just like themed.
I don't know if this is Witch Hazel or if it's Witchy. Yeah, I forget what her name is. Because for some reason I'm thinking Witch Hazel might be what's his name? Shit, I used to know his name. Did Dudley Do Right and such. So I thought it was that kind of character, but I don't know if her name is Witch Hazel or not. I've always liked her episodes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the fact that you do have the hungry here, eat a Looney Tunes character. It's fun, and it's kind of funny, and it's kind of gross all at the same time. So yes, I like this enough to join you two. Let's see what we've got going on with the other people. Alrighty, we've got a 10 from Undead Quinn, and a 7 from Jay, an 8 from Michael, and a 9 from Glenzer. So we've got a 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, a 10, 9, 8, and 7.
What a great character.
Yes.
That's an awesome example of a character who's not beautiful, but the drawing is really appealing. Like, there's a way to do kind of like almost even bizarre characters that are still fun to look at. Like,
all right. We got a 5 from Joe, a 9 from Dark Admiral, and an 8 from Ethereal. Let's see. Welcome back at Delight Loves Movies. Yes, welcome back. Glad you came back. Brian Stamp, because most people don't. Brian Stamp says 10. She's talking to Hansel under Gretel. And Hansel? Hansel? Old people will get that. Yes. That is actually a line in the cartoon. They keep going, Hansel? Hansel. Yeah.
That's cool.
6, it looks too much like a cereal ad, says Delight. Alrighty. And we
You might have too much sugar in your cereal if it's literally topped with lollipops.
There you go, yes. Who's cranky tonight, says Jay, me. I'm with Amy. I love Witch Hazel episodes. And Rhaegar says 7. RDV says 9. So does Jackson. All right, so we've got a 7 and 2 9s. And then we have 10 from Brian Stam. It's Witch Hazel. Okay, it's Hazel, it's Hazel, it's Hazel. All right. is Sylvester a condom? That's coming from Undead Quinn. So let's see. We had 7 2 9s and a 10. All righty. 7 2 9s and a 10. And then let's see. Change my score to a 9, says Michael. All righty then. And where you'll never see me coming, because that's
wow. DC did these? Huh.
Yep. All right. So we take away one of the 8s.
Oh, of course. Yep. They own, Warner Brothers owns them. Yeah, I guess they would.
Maranya says, Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes characters are candy in the witch's bowl. Simple, effective. Cover seals the book and the Halloween vibe. Score a Witch Hazel 10. Alrighty then. And don't count me twice, says Brian. I counted them twice. No, I just read your thingamajigger there. And Patrick Sargent says 10. Alrighty. Let's see where this goes. Be sure to go over to the Geeky Puppet Show and smash that subscribe button, says Geeky Puppets. Please do. Yes. Okay, so let's get the stop. If you have a late scoring, we will let that count. But for now, what do we have here? We drop this and we have 1 5 and 1 6. We've got 3 7s and 2 8s. And that is, of course, 7, knocking out 7 of the 8 10s, leaving 6 of the 9s standing. Alrighty, so we've got another 9, or just the first 9. And that's all right, too.
First 9 of the evening. Good job, Hazel.
Alrighty. I'm not actually trying to do Canadian. I'm trying to do the bat from Anastasia.
Well,
all right.
You sound like a first runner-up in a Fargo. Yeah.
Oh, you're right there, Margie. Oh, just think I'm gonna barf. Okay. Oh shoot! I never got 3. Did I pull the third?
Brian, he has to count somebody twice to make up for the person he's going to skip.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we all have our things we need done. 1, 2,
works, right?
3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gen Xers know. All right, so this is the third, and this one is Matin to lead off. Oh, it's Minnesota. All right, let's go stopping here.
Oh my gosh.
No, this should be the not start. It should be the start, not the stop. All right, 4, 3. Okie dokies.
I think I liked you better, Krabby.
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of buzzed. A buzz.
As long as you're having fun.
A buzz. All righty. So Amy's millennial, says Jay. I guess so. All right. So what are we looking at? We've got obviously Witch Hazel. We're seeing the other end, by the way. Witch Hazel's hands coming from the top. And we've got floating heads if you count them like that, but those aren't literally floating heads.
Do these count
see
as floating heads? They look like
no, that's kind of roll call.
Mm-hmm.
If it was floating heads, then it would have to be like around the picture, and one of them wouldn't be Bugs Bunny because Bugs Bunny's in the main picture, and they would be like, "What?" That kind of thing. So
2 Bugs Bunnies again.
I like the coloring. I like the fact that the light from the jack-o'-lantern is actually is protruding through the jack-o'-lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, lightning back. It's very simple. I'm going to give it a 7 because it really is in some ways a little bit too simple. Alrighty, and let's go with Eric.
Well, I was gonna say I like the other side of it a little better.
Yeah.
I will go 8.
Oh, but Gaby. Boom, 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 boom. Amy, what do you say?
I like that it comes with stickers. That makes a lot of things awesome. So stickers are good. the least one problem that I can detect is if that's a jack-o'-lantern, then there's like a candle in there. What is he carrying the candy home in, right? Because he can't carry a bag if he's holding a jack-o'-lantern. But put the
Maybe he's
chocolate in
going-
there. No.
Maybe he's going to a party and it just so happened to be thrown by Witch Hazel.
Oh, okay. So he got invited to a Halloween party and he didn't double check the address.
I guess
Oh,
so.
okay.
Or,
So he.
yeah.
All right. That works out. I love Daffy's expression. That's fantastic. That's like
Mhm.
that is a great Daffy.
What's going
Duck
on?
respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Oh no, I'm gonna turn into Bez. She's gonna turn me into candy. That's not great. And hijinks ensue. I think it's a cute illustration. It's not as great as the other one because we only see Witch Hazel's hand, which is still cool. But the stickers definitely put it up a notch. I will give it a 9. Yeah.
all right. Apparently, Eric's mad you gave it a 9. All right. Patrick says 8. So does the Ethereal Dragon and Dark Admiral. So we got 3 8s. And 7 from Undead Quinn, a 6 from Joe, and 8 from Brian Stam. So we have a 6, a 7, and an 8. And then we have Michael Taylor saying 7, as well as In a Disguise. 2 7s, 1 and 2. Next up is Glenzer with his 8. And then Rhaegar scoring at a 13, a 14, a 15, a 16, a 17, 18, and 19, which doesn't count. All righty. So we put down Glenzer's 8. Each 8. Jay says 8. And is that Witchy Poo? No, that's 8 jar puffin stuff. And One Slick Dude says 8 as well. Alrighty, 1 and 2. 7, a little too simple, says Jackson Raykirk. Do not believe him in that Roy Kirk bull stuff. Rhaegar is saying 8. And we have Looney.
Yeah, Cleveland just tied the game on a squibber to the pitcher. Bounced off of him. He proceeded to botch a 3-foot throw to Anthony Rizzo, who tried to catch it in his crotch. It didn't work.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, that sounds like an amazing play. What? Is that like an outtakes video, or did somebody just make?
It's got a future as one.
What do we have?
Guy hits a dribbler to the pitcher who it bounces off of him. He goes and chases it down and leaves him about a 3-foot throw to the first baseman. He underhands it right into his crotch, goes under him into right field, ties the game. I've been watching baseball for 50 years. I've never seen that.
Seen anything that bad? Oh
56 years. I've never seen that.
I mean,
Maranya says Looney Tunes extra simple, effective, sells the Halloween vibe to its target audience, which is what a good cover should do. Score a trick-or-treaters 10. Alrighty, almost thought they weren't doing this tonight. It's Comic Inverse. Are you sure there aren't zombie arms? They could be. They could be.
We don't know that it's Witch Hazel. There's no like fancy fingernails or anything, but
okay. Let's see. Let's throw up this. We'll get the stop here. And sorry for all dropping here, guys. My computer's, but I think the memory is too full. Okay, but what we got going on is 1 6 trying to taking out that 110, and then we've got 5 7s taking out the 1 9 and 4 of those 9 8s. This is an 8. Alrighty. Fun times. It is 47 degrees outside, according to 46, excuse me, and I've got the door open.
wow, I think it's probably like in the 70s or 60s, I guess. Here it's pretty cold, but
I sat on this shirt to the point of wrinklies and such, but I am getting a little bit chilly.
Yep, got on another layer.
Did
you ever get
what?
Have you got any warm clothes now that you're up there, or is it only your Florida warm clothes?
Well, Florida warm clothes. I mean, I've got long shirts, but they're all light. You know what I'm talking about because you're in Florida yourself. Yeah, it's just okay. I need to cover up my arms.
Too much air conditioning.
But yeah, they don't do the trick. I am wearing Florida pants though. They don't go all the way down to my ankles. Yeah.
I wouldn't
Kind
know
of stop around. Yeah.
where In a Disguise is. It's -1.
That's ridiculous to live
It's
in
too
a
early
place
in the
like
year
that.
to be -1.
All righty,
Yep,
Eric,
I
you
agree.
start us back up on number 4. Showa, a purple velour. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I will stop now.
I was channeling my Frankenstein there for a second.
I know, right?
Fire bad.
I didn't think I would end up giving 2 10s to not Dell covers, but this is a 10. I like this. This is cool. This is really neat.
This is, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. All right, Amy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. The layout on it, it's got a really classic beat to the way things are described. The shape of the candle and the smoke and the way it varies in texture and color, and the little pattern on the sofa, and the characters are all, drawn well on model. And it's just got really interesting line, cool use of shadow in it, and it's a good drawing, and it looks retro, like it looks kind of authentic to that era of Warner Brothers animation. So it's cool that they managed to dig that up. That's really neat. I'll give this a 10 too. That's really good.
Okay. And I think that's kind of what's carrying these. I mean, it is drawn in the same vein as the animated series, and you can't go wrong with that stuff.
No, but
I'm a big fan of Looney Tunes. One of the reasons I've got HBO Max is because of Looney Tunes. The other is because of the DC stuff, but you get the Looney Tunes and you get the oh goodness gracious, the young ones. They were out at the same time as the Looney Tunes. It was I can't think of the name. I'm seeing
Merry Melody.
What?
Merry Melodies?
No, it was in the 90s. It was a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like
it was Looney Tune characters, but they were younger. Yeah. Anyway,
I think there was a baby Looney Tunes at some time, and there was Tiny Toons, which is like a school that has kids.
That's what I was. That was it. That was it. It was the Tiny Toons. Yeah. Alrighty, I like this cover a lot, and I do like the animation. The fact that it does seem like it's a cartoon, I'm giving it a 9, but Jay is giving it a 10, and Undead Quinn is giving it a 9. Alrighty, and we have Jackson said, I thought MK stopped in to see what condition my condition was in. Dark Admiral says 10. And then we have into Florida pants have the crotchless taken out. Well, yeah, because, sweat. Joe says 7. Brian Stam says 9. So we have a 7 and a 9. And then, let's see, 8 from Ethereal, 7 from Jackson, 9 from Michael Taylor, and an 8 from Patrick Sargent. So we've got a 7, 2 8s, and a 9. 7, 2 8s, and a 9. Next up, we have, okay, definitely dope, says Patrick Sargent. Rhaegar says 7, and One Slick says 10. The scare is about to become the scary. And then a 9 from Anna Disguise. So we have 7, a 9, and a 10. And then next up, we've got Looney Tunes Haunted Halloween. Now, this also evokes the Halloween spirit, pun intended, with ghosts well rendered. This sells this book and score a Daffy Ghost 10. Alrighty. We got another 10 there. And Amaniacs. I used to sing it that way just to make my children laugh. Of course, they were really young, so that kind of stuff made them laugh at the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Every time I turned the car, I would make the noise. Stupid stuff. Alrighty. Tiny Toons was the one I was thinking. Yes. Giving my one great nephew Looney Tunes comics for his birthday and Christmas this year, says Brian Stam. I do believe it was Dominic who bought all the Looney. I sold a whole shit ton of. Was it to you, Brian? Yeah, whole bunch of Looney Tunes from the 90s. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and Life with Louis, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, all on Fox Kids, says Patrick in the 90s. Mindy and Buttons was also, I loved Mindy and Buttons.
Oh, okay,
Animaniacs.
bye-bye.
Yeah. Love you, bye-bye. Glenzer says 10. And hello, nurse. All righty, so what we got here is 1, 6 trying to take out those 7, 10, so it's going to need help, and it recruits the 7s and 8s. But we still have 1 left. And those 5 9s take care of that. Holy shit, I got a gosh darn headache. I am trying to work through here, guys.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you very, very much for your patience with me. Yeah, I knew it would happen. I knew it happened. That fucking sorry for the language.
Do you have some Tylenol, maybe? If you need to take a moment.
Nah, it's up in Gail's purse. I'm very much one of those guys. I do not, it's like, oh, I'll just suffer the headache. Unless it gets migraine-y, and then I take something. All righty, Amy, you get issue number 5, and this starts off the Golden and Silver Age Looney Tunes. Let me put up.
Gosh. That is so cool. This is like... Oh, wow. So this would have been made, what, back in maybe the 40s? Or is this, it doesn't look like it would be 50s.
No, Looney Tunes Merry Melodies were the first. So this would be in maybe late 40s, early 50s.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's neat. I think of Bugs as looking a little different from the era in the animation, but it's funny how in the comic he looks a little closer to what he would eventually turn into. This is great. Are these floating heads on the side, or because they're in a border, they're not floating heads, or does it take more than a lack of shoulders?
It's not just the those would be roll call because they're on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, floating heads are kind of surrounding the image and reacting to it.
All right. Yeah. So they're more like they're not framing the cover; they're part of it. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I love the film on the trade dress. Is that what it's called? I guess.
Yeah.
That looks
the
really
part
cool.
that says Looney Tunes Merry Melody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a great Porky, and I think her name's Petunia. It's a cool Bugs. He's got the witch's hat. It'd be a little bit better if it was also a pirate witch hat, but that's pretty good. I love the art kind of just from that era. The colors are great, and it's a good authentic style. Who's this little blonde character down here? I wonder who she is.
It's like Susie Sniffles or something.
Susie
if it's what it is, she could if it's what I'm thinking it is, she could make herself as tiny as like a mouse, which was her friend, and they'd go on like fantasy adventures.
Oh my gosh, I think I need that book. That sounds amazing. Okay. So
it will cost you $2. Yes.
Oh, all right. That's not so bad. Yeah. All right, this is cool. I'll give this a 10. That's just really neat.
Alrighty. I'm trying to find this issue. I'm not quite seeing it, but Looney Tunes Merry Melodies, it says lasted up to 1950. So all this is a 1940s cover. Yeah.
Right.
And then it became just Looney Tunes, right?
Right. Yeah. Alrighty. And I love this. You mentioned a whole bunch of stuff. The moon looks cool. I mean, Bugs, of course, this is the skinnier, more filled out face Bugs. Mm-hmm. This is just a fun cover. I'm giving this a 9. How about you, Eric?
I think I'm gonna go 10.
Okay.
I'm just really liking this. It's just cool. That's but it does have floating bats.
That's right. Yeah. It'd be a little better if they had googly eyes, but maybe they do if you get closer.
Jay's. Oh, sorry.
It's a great Halloween cover because it does look at it and go, "Oh, this is a Halloween comic." Even without "We're Halloween" written on it, you go, "Yeah, it's a Halloween cover." So that's cool too.
Jay says 10. Dark Admiral says 10. Glenzer says 9. So we've got 2 10s and a 9. And then we have yells at Jay, you have to have gotta have patience, man. But that's Droopy. the wolf from Droopy Cartoons. Undead Quinn says 10. Brian says 9. Alrighty. Yeah, I get it. I don't like taking medicine for anything either. And Ethereal says 7. Yep, I'll have a cold and not take a thing. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Or I'll drink hot tea.
Ooh,
And,
that's nice.
Yeah. Joe says 6. All right. And Michael, that's Bug's second look. The face is a bit different, says Michael. Okay, and then we have Looney. Oh, nope. Jackson says 8 earlier models for the characters. And then we have Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies, Spooky Bugs Chasing Porky and Petunia Pig. Well rendered, simple, and effective cover. Score a spooky 10. All righty. Let's see. Susie Sniffles will be in Cleveland if the Guardians lose. One Slick says 10, Rhaegar says 10, and RDV says 10. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Merry Melodies is based. E, if you're having headaches, you may have a magnesium deficiency. Or I've just had a lot of secondhand pot smoke poured into my kitchen. But I'll check that magnesium thing. Let's see. Alrighty. His prescription is way outdated. Let's see. We got the stop. Alrighty. And what we got here is 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, and 3, 9. So trying to take out those 11 10s. So yes, This one is our first 10 of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. There we go. And let's see. I get the next one. Okay. And that is cover number 6. Alrighty. And this one I actually do have here. It was this one. I just saw this. One. What are we looking at? 1 is the loneliest number that you ever knew. Oh, the one we looked at before was issue number 25. Alrighty. And this one, I'm trying to find it here. I didn't write these down very well. But yeah, what you gonna do? Sometimes you just want to be a little bit lazy, and sometimes it just is your personality. And this is issue number 61. We have Porky Pig scaring Bugs, who's reading spooky stories. No, I'm sorry, he's reading spook stories, and getting scared by the jack-o'-lantern thrust in his face. It's fun. I like the look on Bugs' face. Entertaining. I like this. Once again, I think this is a 9. It's an awesome cover. I digged on this one. But I am biased for Golden Age. How about you, Eric?
Oh God, this is a 10. Yes, this is awesome.
Hello?
You're about to go bye-bye.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you when you come back.
Yep. So what is it about this that, is it the clarity of the actions that you think makes it like really work? Is it something about the color or any specific details?
I just the Porky holding sticking the jack-o'-lantern through the window. It's simple. It's there's no backgrounds are really necessary, although there is some outside the window. Like the big red wall. It's just it's just, and I said I love. 5 years ago, I didn't give 2 bleeps about this kind of stuff, but we started doing that show on YouTube with all the old guys, and I developed a real love for this stuff. And
yeah,
I kick myself for missing out on these all these years.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm glad you come to enjoy such a broad new kind of art.
But as Starfire would say, the man of graphics has like hundreds of these, and he shows them off, and they're awesome.
That's cool. They do have nice large graphics, right? And large clear drawings, and usually expressive faces, and the details that they put in there are still well rendered, and they usually have different focuses, and it's not one more punching everything. They usually have to be a little more creative. So that's a lot of fun too. Are you back?
I am back. Yes.
Right.
What do you give this, Eric?
Oh, a 10. Yeah, Jackson. I don't know how else to old guys, fossils, you know, whatever.
What do you give this, Amy?
I think this, yeah, I love these like retro covers too. It's a lot of fun. It's got some cool details in here. His throw pillow matches his footstool, which is, awesome. So you have to give him some prop for the interior decorating. And he's got the manga version of Spook Stories, which is cool. So I will give it a 10.
Oh, that's right. Look at that. I didn't even notice it the first time. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. All righty. So we have RDV giving this a 10, Undead Quinn a 9, Ethereal 6, Jack-o'-lantern isn't even lit. All right, so we got a 6, a 9, and a 10.
It would set the little stick on fire if he had a candle in there, though. So I guess that's the issue.
And then Undead Quinn has a 9. Nope. Dark Admiral has a 9. Brian has a 10. And Rhaegar has a 9. So that's 2 9s and a 10. Alrighty. Next up. Let's see. One Slick says 9. Glenzer says 9. And Jackson says 9. But Bugs wouldn't fall for that. So we got 3 9s. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. 6 for Joe. Alrighty. Ethereal, if it was lit, that would be a firebomb.
Then you would be calling the police.
His computer is like the Guardian's bullpen. I will act like I know what that means. And then Maranya says, Looney Tunes number 61. Bugs getting spooked by Porky Pig in revenge for Bugs' earlier spooking. Simple, effective sells the book and Halloween concept to the target audience.
He grew up.
Yep, a spook 10.
Oh.
All right, my train's here. And then we have 9. Normally, Bugs is the wise guy, says Michael Taylor. And my feet are that big, says what? Oh, okay. Let's see. And there you go. Did we lose the movie? All right. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Sorry, kids.
That's okay.
By the way, the only selling point this apartment complex has is that passing train. I know some people would be, oh, well, we get woken up by, no, I love the sound of a train. Yeah, this kind, not the kind where you wake up drugged in a hotel room. You don't want to hear that kind of train. All right, what we have here is 2 6s and, you know what? That's all you need. It's a 9 because there's like 8 9s and 5 10s. So still 9. All right. Boom, boom. Look at that native. She's not wearing a shirt. All right. So next up. Oh, y'all want to take a poll and figure out what to do next?
I'm good with whatever. Yeah. I don't know a lot of Halloween stories, but
no. We're done with Halloween. We are actually we are entering, as far as the polls are concerned, November.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I will be doing Thanksgiving covers more towards Thanksgiving. So I've been searching those down. Anytime I run across anything Christmassy, even I throw it in. So yeah, we're going to have those covered. But what next? What is something, now that we're done with all the horror stuff, is something that you would love to see, Eric?
3 runs by Cleveland in the bottom of the 9th.
Okay. That's never going to happen.
You're right. I'm not going to get that, but
it's a Christmas miracle.
So let's see. This was a lot easier when I had like all these boxes and comics laying around. I could just look at one.
Look in one and
yeah.
I can do that right here. I've got my we haven't done. Oh, go on ahead. What's up?
No, go. Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, well, the only thing I can think of is for Thanksgiving, maybe if there's a lot of books that have something to do with food.
Food covers.
Yeah.
Okay. I will put that down. I'm just going to make a folder for that. And because I think that's just going to be one anyway. So if you can think of a title, or Eric, if you can think of a title.
That's food related?
No, that's something that we haven't done and you want to see. Or something you may want to return to.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing some more the 50s Archies.
Archies are fun.
Okay. You want to go to a different year? Or do you want to stay in the 50s?
50s or 60s would be fine.
Let's go with 60s, and we'll do the beginning of those. 1950s Archies.
Or the Archie, Life with Archies that when they were superheroes and spies,
Oh, that
like
would be fun.
1966. Those would be kind of fun.
So like action Archie comics.
Yeah, he was the man from Riverdale, and there was a period after each letter in Riverdale, and all of their names, like Archie was A period, R period, C period, etc.
Oh my gosh.
So it's Archie superheroes?
Yeah, because that would be, you'll know where to look. I mean, Life with Archie was where they ran most of them through.
Okay, and let's see, anything else we got? I want what Glenzer says he thinks he wants. Eric also wants.
Yeah, and he's probably got money on Cleveland, but Glenzer, I argued with my brother that said if they put Classe in tonight, he's gonna blow it again. They brought him in tonight and he blew it again, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I also said the Dodgers would win, so that's why I don't bet. I went 1 for 2.
Yeah. There's what you want, and then there's what's probably going to happen. That's not great.
Okay, and I thought of a couple, and I'm thinking, I don't know how many they make there, RDV, but you know what? I'm going to erase one thing that I put up there, which is Brave and the Bold beginning issues, and I'm going to put Captain Marvel Jr., which is being suggested by Michael Taylor.
Oh, nice. Captain Marvel Jr.?
Alrighty.
Now, is
and
that
I'm going to, and I'm taking RDV, and I will try. I know Dell had some Charlie Brown comics, and I'll try to find some others.
Yeah, I don't know that there would be some Charlie Brown images on Tip Top Comics, but it was usually like Foursquare, and he was one of the 4. I don't know if there's enough Peanuts covers, old ones, to fill a show. But I know that one of the modern companies did some in like the 2010s. Okay. So that would fill it out if you need to.
Now we got Cornet books, which are the collections. Let me see. Okay, let me go to volumes. We've got Cornet. We've got Cross Cult. Dell has 10 issues, so that's a show. All right. So I'm going to go with that. And that being said, here is the poll. We have 1960s Archie superheroes, 1960 Aquaman, that series, Captain Marvel Jr., and Charlie Brown. So whichever one you feel, I'm going to take a little time and do my own voting. Everybody should vote, especially in the election, unless you're voting for Kamala Harris. And then by all means, get checked out. All righty. Let's see. Am I still here?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever it's silent, I gotta ask, because I've been dropping off so freaking much recently. It's ridiculous. I think it's because I've got low memory on my computer now.
Too many tabs?
Say again?
Too many tabs maybe open?
No, I've just got a lot of stuff like comics and all that kind of stuff. So when and if we get even keel, I'm gonna get a external hard drive and also glasses. I got my eye exam, but next up is glasses. We just gotta find a good time for that to happen.
Oh my goodness, there's a place online that someone recommended where they get their glasses, and it's like I think it's like $30. You just send them the prescription and pick out some frames, and
Yep.
they have quite a few, and they say they're very well made. So that I don't know a lot about
Yeah,
it,
I've
but I've
seen
heard of
places like that. Yeah, I'm looking at that kind of thing. Alrighty. So, anywho, let's. Did you do your voting, Eric? You ready to start for number 7? Oh wait, yes. Are you ready to start up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okie dokies. The 7th book of the night is Bugs Bunny's Halloween Parade.
Okay, before I do that, I read a tweet here. I just find it impossible to believe we're scoring another run tonight. 7 minutes later, there's a tweet that screen capped that said, "Shut up, you effing idiot." And I go, that's harsh. Until I realized he'd screen capped himself.
Oh, did he jinx something?
They scored a couple runs, so he was making fun of himself. But I read that, I go, damn, that's he's talking to himself. I love this cover. I think I have this book, so I gotta give it a 10.
Yeah, I
love the if you look in at the houses, the one house looks like a face.
It is. It looks spooky.
Yeah, it's just I said these. They managed to make these covers look so detailed without really putting much detail into them. And there's something about these 50s Dells that are just incredible.
All right. What about you, Amy?
Oh, yeah, this is great. I love the blue roof and the little pink roof. And it is funny. It does look like a little jack-o'-lantern type face on the door. And this carrot is great. That makes sense, right? It's a carrot because it's Bugs Bunny. So they just gave it a jack-o'-lantern face. So I'm like, that works. I was kind of hoping somebody would fit that. But the brushwork on it, the colors, even the drop shadow here that Bugs is casting and the fonts and everything, it's just great. It's one of those things. If I could see myself going through like the pop art gallery or the hoi polloi or something like that, and then just seeing that up on the wall, I'm like, it's so cool and so chic. So I love it. It's a 10, absolutely.
Alrighty. Oh, and by the way, while looking up, I just discovered there's 3 more Dell Peanuts covers that were published under 4-color.
Oh,
so
wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, we have a full show with Dell Peanuts.
There you go. Nice.
Not that I'm trying to sway anybody into any kind of voting for whatever covers. Charlie Brown is awesome. All righty. So we have 3 10s going into the chat, and let's see what we've got here. Whatever was going to be picked, it must be rigged, says Undead Quinn. I got all my contact lenses set for the next 9 months. Wow. Let's see, 10 from RDV, a 9 from Glinzer, and a 10 from Undead Quinn. And then we've got 10 cool cover, says Michael Taylor. Brian Stam gives it a 10. And then we have 8, a jack-o'-lantern carrot is cool. Yes, it is. And I do like the house in the background. Whoa! That is awesome. That is a good little detail. 10 from Rhaegar and 9, but that's a small parade. This is actually, it's got another picture on the back. It's not a wraparound, but it kind of continues. Alrighty, so we've got a 10, a 9, and an 8. So an 8, 2 9s, and a 10. And then we have that runner must have had a broken foot. What? Bugs Bunny Halloween Parade. Well rendered. This is a simple and effective Halloween cover that sells, the book to the target audience. Score a Jacko Carrot 10. I picked Charles, says Jackson. He picked Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Not you, Eric.
I voted against my own choice.
No.
I was to say, so I want assurances that we will do the Archie
and I wasn't
thing
even
at some
on.
point.
Okay.
Oh, he's going bye-bye again. So it's nice that he gives us a show as he's going bye-bye now.
All right. There we go. So did we get through all the votes in chat?
Yeah, Glenzer, I think he froze when he saw the ball went right to him, but I don't think he would have beat it out anyway. But God, Emmanuel Clase, you've got to be kidding me. I can't even see. I can't see him coming back to Cleveland.
That good, huh?
Well, he was the best pitcher in baseball, or best reliever in baseball all year.
Mhm.
He gave up 1 home run all year. He gave up 2 in 1 inning last night, which was the second time he'd failed in this postseason. They ran him out there again tonight, and he got beat again tonight.
Oh my gosh, is somebody paying him to take these?
No, it's just one of those, it's one of those freak things about sports that
No,
So
stiffs rise to the occasion and overperform, and stars sometimes shrink, and that just happened.
that's just how it goes.
MK jumped in and gave it a 10. So we have 2 8s, 3 9s fighting against 10 10s. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our second 10 of the evening, and I have a feeling this isn't the last of them because
That's
we've
a
hit the
gorgeous
dells. We have hit the dells, and they are
Oh,
awesome.
all right.
They are super awesome.
Was Dell attached to one of like the big two, or was it its own?
Dell
No.
was one of the big two.
Yep.
For years, in the 40s and 50s, Dell and DC were the big two.
Really?
Amy,
Yes.
you have the next one. This is comic book 8 of 12 tonight.
Oh my goodness, that's interesting. How did he manage to scare himself with his own mask, though? Did he not know he had one on? Well, you know what? If a mirror popped up in front of you really quick, it probably would give you a start. Anything fast-moving does. Let's see. It's Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. So this is one of the. Is this one of the older books, or is this one of the newer ones?
Yes. Well, it's a 10 center.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that would be these would be, I guess, in the 50s.
Well, that makes sense because it kind of looks.
The Merry Melodies, because it's just Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies instead of Merry Melodies, Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, it's just a little caption there on the bottom. It looks like he's standing on a doghouse, I guess, to peek into the window. I guess that could be it. It is interesting that the mask, it kind of looks like one of the Japanese like theatrical masks. I don't know what was popular at the time, but if it's around the 40s and 50s, that would have been kind of popular in sort of the post-war culture. So maybe, but that's just random speculating. It's a nice Bugs Bunny. He's got a great profile and a pretty good arch on his movement. Some of the feet aren't quite there, but it's not bad. I don't think it's as bright and shiny and awesome as some of the others, but it is a great little cover, and it's got a good layout there on the action, and it reads clearly. So I will give it a 9. Yeah.
A 9. Alrighty, Eric, what do you say?
Do you ever wonder why Elmer Fudd and Porky Pig spent so much time together?
I mean, they look like they're almost the same creature.
I know. Well, they say that, the more time you spend with somebody, you start to look like them.
That could be it.
Let's see. This cover. You know what? I've got to give us a 10 also. I'm liking this.
All right. And I'm thinking this is a little bit lesser than the last one. It's still good. It's fun. And I do like the fact that in the comics, or at least on the covers, Bugs Bunny's the foil, which, as people pointed out, normally he's not. So it's kind of cool to see him take that role on the covers. I don't know what's going on the inside just yet, but there you go. Yes, I'm giving this one a 9 already. And let's check out the chat. And Glenzer gives it a 10, Ethereal a 9, Michael an 8, and Brian a 9. So we got 8, 2 9s, and a 10. Alrighty. And then we have, let's see, Rhaegar saying 8, and MK saying 9, Dark Admiral saying 10, and Joe saying 7. So we've got a 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's see, it's called Merry Melodies because of the song, says Rhaegar. And Jackson says 9, but funnier if Porky and Bugs were switched, says Jackson. Alrighty, and we've got Maranya saying Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies, Bugs trying to scare Elmer and Porky, but they scare him instead. Simple and effective rendering. Score a spooky mask 10. Dark Admiral says 10 for the last one also. Forgot to hit send, says Dark Admiral. Okay, and many of the original cartoons were simple drawings put to music, and so merry melodies.
Yeah.
Is it because of Brokeback Mountain reasons, Eric? I don't know. What are you talking about that brings up Brokeback Mountain?
Well, I said they spent so much time together.
Oh, right. Of course, that brings this up. Goodness gracious, we need more of those.
We really don't.
We really don't. All right, so let's see. Undead Quinn says 9, and then one slick dude says 9 as well. All righty. Don't forget Wile E. Coyote and the Road Runner. The coyote's after you. My eyes, the horror, says Jackson. All right, let's get the stop up. If you have a last minute bid or vote, whatever score, just tell me, and there you go. Okay, so oh, and RDV says 9 for, I'm guessing, the video there. All righty. You know what? You can cleanse your eyes by Eglantine and Lederhosen. There you go. All right. Didn't that movie win Best Picture? It did when we started in it. Okay, let's see. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. All right, so this is what we've got. We've got 1, 8. It's a 9 because there's 9 of those. So 1, 8, and 2. 1, 7, and 2 8s, taking out 3 of the 5 10s, and then all that's left are the 9s. All righty, so this is a 9. Still an awesome cover, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. And here we go. All right, so here, we are on to cover number 9. Love Potion number 9. And what do we have next? Drop this one, and what we have is Bugs Bunny's Halloween Fun Trick and Treat. And okay, so here we have Bugs Bunny dressed as a witch, or at least in a witch's hat, and he has a broom with a horn on it, scaring the out of Porky Pig to the point where his mask flies off. Go for 9. Let me put this into the chat. I think this is how Joe Biden reacts when he sees himself in the mirror. It could be. All righty. We don't get a face on the house in the background, but still it's decently rendered. I even like the dead tree. But of course, what we got here is the Porky Pig and the Bugs Bunny. And what I got to tell you is I've always loved these covers because it looks like a 3D image because of the coloring, because of the shading, lighting. And that, you know, it was done painted. You know, it's done by hand, and that's one of the things that make these things not just awesome, but super awesome. So I'm giving it a 10. Eric, what do you say?
Well, I think this is I think that Bugs is Bernard. He's just snuck up on Tim Drake and the Megan Fitzmartin seminal Tim Drake Robin run. It looks better with cartoon characters 60 years before that. And I know it's not technically part of the, it's part of the cover aesthetic, if not part of the cover, but those, the ones, the Dell Giants with the giant going down the side of the book.
Yeah.
That right there, just, and the cover itself is a 10. Or maybe I'm just happy because, good news, Amy, I found more sports ball.
Oh, wonderful! Is it good sports ball?
It's there.
Oh,
so
right.
What do you think about this, Amy?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I love the font on the side, the way it says giant. It's got such cool graphic art flair. That's really neat. And little comics written on there. The kind of the asymmetric nature of the little letters in the boxes that are in them. And that's really neat. The painting itself it's very cool. It's got a lot of open space, but that doesn't really hurt when you're trying to sell kind of a simple silhouette, right? Porky's costume, I kind of wonder why he has a green mask and a funny hat and wig. Like, is he supposed to be a particular kind? Is he like a Frankenstein's monster or whatever? Or did he just kind of like, I had this and that and put them on together? Because I'm not sure what he's supposed to be. But after him being mean in so many of the previous books, I'm kind of glad to see Bugs getting one up on him. So, um, it's cool. The background's great. It's a 10, I would say, yeah.
Okay. And let's go to the chat where RDV is giving it a 10, and so is Michael Taylor already. And then we've got a 9 from Rhaegar and Undead Quinn, and then an 8 from Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and RDV is reiterating his 10, but I already got your 10 there, RDV. So Dark Admiral, Brian Stam, and Michael Taylor again with a 10. Did they skip something or just okay? But anyway, we got Dark Admiral and Brian Stam. Okay, and let's see. Joe Biden doesn't have a reflection. Ha! 7 from Ethereal Dragon and 10 from Jackson saying finally Bugs being the prankster. Alrighty. And then we have Maranya saying Bugs Bunny, Halloween fun, Bugs spooking Porky Pig with a horn, just enough background to set the scene. Well rendered characters that evoke Halloween and sell the book. Score a spooked 10. All right, the layout is similar to the last Halloween fun comic, says Michael Taylor. Let's see, Glenzer says 10, one Slick Dude says 10, and MK says, I'll say 8. All right, so we got an 8 to 10s. And then we have also that green mask reminds me of the Mexican puppet guy that Jeff Dunham has. I think his name is Corky. Let's see, 3, 2, 1, and Rhaegar opens his beer. And there you go. I voted before. I see. Okie dokies. All right, let's get this down and see where we stand. We've got 1 7 and 2 8s, 2 9s. So that's 5, taking out 5 of those 11 10s. But ladies and gentlemen, I told you it was going to happen. We have another 10. I told you.
There you go.
These are some really, really good covers that we have coming up. Okay, and that was number 9. So we're going back to Eric. Eric, you get the 10th comic book of the night. And here we go.
All right, I'm not seeing an instant 10 here. It may be because Bugs really looks weird.
He's a little melty.
Oh, and by the way, for whoever said I'm watching soccer, no, I said sports, not performance art.
You think that's art?
I was being charitable. It's not sports. It's athletic, but I mean, I'm sorry. Something's got to change on that scoreboard thing other than the time for me to care.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 9 for this. I mean, it's really, really good, but I don't know. It's just something I'll say what you said in the last one. Doesn't quite measure up to the last 3 that I've given 10s to.
All righty. How about you, Amy?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure I could even say it's fine. That Bugs is kind of melting. So it's kind of like those those ice cream bars that they make, and it's like it's supposed to look like a character, but then they kind of melt and look weird, and like the gumball, ever since the ice sort of falls off. It's like that. But Bugs
That's
Bunny.
how I see the world all the time, Amy.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, then maybe it's pretty good. I do like that Bugs put carrots in the bobbing apples. That's kind of fun.
And then he's mocking them. He's mocking them for it.
Is that what he? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing with his look and everything.
Yeah, maybe that is hard to read. That said, I do like the vintage era and the way that those things are done. Maybe it's. Oh man, it's so melty and weird though.
So where do we score
it? What's a 6?
Average, I think.
Average? Yeah, I guess. When would have this book been made? Is this a 10 cent or is this?
Nope.
Oh, uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, but
Okay. So do you think this is a 50s book or a 40s book? Well, it doesn't.
50s, I would imagine.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Yeah. A lot of the 40s art was really great. 50s art kind of collapsed in some respects, so that kind of explains a lot of it. I'm not sure why that happened. I think I'll give it probably. It's not good though.
Yeah, it's not that they collapsed. It's just this just isn't as good as the other ones we've seen. There's
right.
plenty of great covers throughout the 50s into the early 60s.
Yeah, and I guess that's what it is too, because there really was. Maybe like a 7. What was 7? Probably good.
Good, yeah. And yeah, MK, I'm secure enough in my manhood to say yes. Soap operas over soccer any day, all day.
The stories.
That's right. And I'm old enough now to call them my stories.
I've always heard them referred to as stories. I'm not exactly sure why that came along.
That's what grandmas used to say. Yeah, I'm watching my stories.
Aww, that's awesome.
And unfortunately, though, I'm getting one of those Fire Sticks that I can't record anything on anymore. So
what?
I'll have to give up the soap. General Hospital's just going to have to get along without me. Unless it streams next day. Then I might be able to go back and catch them. But yeah,
next day's not too bad.
But having access to having access like 4,000 channels, I can probably find better alternatives than a soap opera.
Okay, yeah, maybe if you dig, you might be able to find something a little better. Are you back?
I am back. Yes, I'm getting a thing here.
Hooray!
Let's see. Yep.
I think I'll give this a 7.
Alrighty. We got a 7 from Amy and Eric. What do you give it?
I gave it a 9.
Okay. And yeah, I just didn't write yours down and then out of my head. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one either. It's not horrible, but it's just average.
When you see some of the others, yeah.
Yeah, compared to the others. One Slick Dude says 8 and Glimser says 7. Alrighty, 8 and 7. Okay, we're heading down the final stretch here, and Michael Taylor and Brian Sam both are giving this an 8. And then Bugs Looked Perched, says Rhaegar, giving it a 7.
And you guys
so we've
are all
got a 7 and a 2 8s. Say again?
And you guys are all Canadian tonight, or we're going to make a plate of hot dish.
5 Dull Lifeless, says Ethereal. Alrighty. And then we have lower to a 6, says Undead Quinn.
Yeah.
Let's see. Soccer is communism, says Rhaegar. Dark Admiral says 7. And
no lies detected, as the kids say.
It's not Halloweeny enough, says Glinzer. Well, you know, back in the day, I guess they did bobbing for apples. Looney Tunes, bobbing for apples and carrots. This isn't much of a Halloween cover as it is general party vibe. Character rendered to their models, even with flaws. This is still a party 10. Now, I always thought bobbing for apples was strictly a Halloween party kind of thing. Kidding, by the way, soap operas are far more entertaining. Joe says 7. 6, I'd rather see Porky and Petunia be disgusted with the carrots. Yeah, that would actually make sense to what Bugs is doing. 7 and 6.
Like if Porky came up with a carrot or something, and Petunia's like, what? And Bugs is like, tee hee hee.
Weird, my post didn't show. LOL. I was asking Eric if he'd pick soap operas over soccer. And MK was saying 7. Are soap operas still a thing? I think they are.
Well, I would say one reason why to take soap operas over soccer is that if you watch soccer, there's no chance that any of the players turn out to be their own father.
There you go. And RDV is giving this a 6. I'm glad you can join us for this one, RDV, even if it is just on the chat, because you know your idea, you wanted to do this. So, alrighty,
let me having a good time out there with your family. That's awesome.
On the road again. Okay, so we have 1, 5 taking out that 10. Then we've got 4 6s taking out the 9 and all 3 8s, leaving those 6 7s by their lonesome. Are you lonesome tonight? Okay. And that is a 7, the lowest scored of the night. Scored lower than the DVD cover.
Well, it was well drawn, even
Yeah.
if it was a DVD.
Alrighty, so this is Eric's last cover. No, Amy's last cover of the night.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and here you go. Bugs Bunny's Halloween Parade.
That's cute. Sylvester has a Sylvester mask. I'm not sure he knows how that works. But this is fun though. I like the brushwork on it. It's simple. You could say there are some model issues, but it's still cute. It looks like a little golden book or something like that. I like it. There's Tweety with the big. Oh, yep. Look, we've got a pirate hat and we have a witch hat. So we don't know that there isn't a pirate icon on the witch hat. So we may have Return of the Pirate Witch. That's pretty awesome. Oh, what the heck. I like it. I'll give it a 10.
Okay, and Eric.
Cute Petunia.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looks better on this one. That cover that we just did. You know, I was looking at Petunia and that, and I was starting to see what Porky sees in Elmer. Just saying. This one, I do really like this cover. It's some things, some of these, I said they just, no background necessary.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the characters. Yeah, this is a 10.
Alrighty. I dig it on also. I like what is Elmer looking at? That's the only question. But yeah, I just like the colors, the whole thing. I think it is weird that you don't see Bugs Bunny's legs through the jack-o'-lantern, but it doesn't detract from the quality of the cover. I think the playfulness between Sylvester and Tweety Bird is a lot of fun as well. Yeah, I dig on this. Give it a 10. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's go to the chat where I don't think they're enjoying this one as much as we do.
It's okay.
Rhaegar saying, "Oh, I think he meant Twilight. Heavenly shades of nights are falling. It's twilight time." Glenzer says 8, and Michael Taylor says 10, and Ethereal says 7. Undead Quinn says 8, and Dark Admiral says 9. So we've got a 7 to 8, a 9, and a 10. 7 to 8, a 9, and a 10. Alrighty then, I have to go 10 for Porky Pirate, says one slick dude.
Yeah,
and then Bugs is weird, says Undead Quinn.
Also true.
Home from Skull Miners. Who is female Porky Pig? Petunia. Rhaegar gives it an 8, and RDV says 8 for the derpy teeth.
Derpy teeth are a thing now.
Yep. 7, Bugs looks off with the expression, and yellow gloves, says Brian Stam. Alrighty, and we've got an 8 from Joe. Next up, I like how Tweety is wearing Kim Cattrall's hat from Mannequin. Give it a 10. Alrighty. I would have to say that Kim Cattrall was wearing Tweety's hat.
There you go. She ate it back.
Yeah. Because this was like 50 years before that. It's a parade. Where's Daffy, Foghorn, Pepe, Roadrunner, Wiley, Yosemite Sam, and the whole crew?
Maybe they've made Voltron in front of everybody.
They're lining up for the opening for the 1980s Roadrunner Bugs Bunny cartoon. And oh, what heights will hit on with the show. This is it. Once again, Gen X will know. Bugs Bunny Halloween Parade, Sylvester in Sylvester costume. This radiates Halloween and fun all around. Perfect cover for its target audience. Score a Halloween 10, says Maranya. And Jackson gives it an 8. Alrighty, and we have, what do we have? Elmer is looking at J. Edgar Hoover in women's clothing. All right, what if people started getting derpy teeth cosmetically like those girls get those lip and oh my gosh, none of that looks good. I do not get, don't with the face when it comes with, comes for cosmetic surgery, and the big butt thing, I don't get it. I do not get it. All righty. Okay, let's get this down and let's see where it stands. We have 1 5 taking out that 10. We have 4 6s taking out that 9 and all 3 8s. And I just did last one. Okay, but this one has 2 7s taking out 2 of the 7 10s. And then we've got 6 8s taking out the other, all 5 10s and the 1 9. This is an 8, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. And I take the last cover of the night to start us off. And are you guys here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, can you hear us?
Well, I just want to know if I dropped. So let me get started on the 12. Last cover of the night. We've got the start for 12. I was trying to say Bugs washes dishes as a job and came home from work. Oh, because of the gloves. Oh, no, it's going to be Elton John versus, wait, what? If you had to pick Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse? Okay, if you're talking about those 2 characters, I'm going to go Bugs. And here's why. When Mickey Mouse became popular, they felt they needed to protect him. Therefore, he could no longer be the Bugs Bunny that he was. He was very much a jackass who caused all sorts of trouble. When he became the figurehead of Disney, they tapped him down. So he was normal guy. And that's why they brought in Donald. That's why they brought in Goofy. Goofy was the comic, the stupid, silly one. Donald was the explosive anger one. And there you have Mickey right in the middle. So he became very vanilla after a while. Not unentertaining. I still like quite a few of his cartoons that happened after that. I mean, the band leader, for example, was after he became the figurehead. So it was amazing. But Bugs Bunny remained Bugs Bunny from the beginning to end. And yeah, so absolutely Bugs Bunny is my choice. Now, Daffy versus Donald, I'm going Donald. Goofy versus who would be the next one up? Elmer Fudd, going Goofy, so
yeah. He's got a better supporting cast.
Yeah.
And if you're on a desert island and Bugs Bunny is there with you, he can drill a hole in the ground and then probably get you to Abu Dhabi or
and
Connecticut
use
or something.
Use a palm tree as a fan, ring, and you get. All right, so
He's
here's
got a lot
the
of
12th. Here's the 12th cover, and this is Bugs Bunny Trick and Treat Halloween Fun number 1.
Interesting.
The colors are awesome. I like the fact. I was going to say I like the fact that the smoke has eyes in the middle, but I think that's just dirt on the cover. And I think it's kind of funny with whatever potion she's making right here. He just comes up. Okay, let's put some carrots into it.
Makes it better.
She's got that look of horror on her face. But yeah, I love the colors on this. It's very well rendered. The lighting is perfect. Absolutely. This is a great cover. This is the best cover of the night. I give it a 10. All righty, Eric, what do you think?
Not only do I not agree with that, I think this is the worst cover we've seen tonight.
Really?
Okay.
No,
why's that?
Not really. This is a 10.
Oh, okay.
So let me put the go for 12 in the thing.
That's a hot take. I thought it was done pretty well, but how do you see it?
Oh,
no, I think he might be right. This might be the best cover of the night. It's got to be right up there. As I said, they just do so much with. I don't know. They're these just jump off the page.
They do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this is one of the great things about Dell Comics covers. It's one of the reasons why I'm always like, oh, let's do this Dell comic or the gold key this or this. Like you said, they do. It's the lighting, the coloring, everything. It just, and they do it without with not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So what about you, Amy? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, this is lovely. There's a witch that I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sad it's not, it's not Hazel, but, she probably has friends and maybe some family. So she, maybe she's working on this potion, and then Hazel shows up later and gives Bugs kind of a hard time about messing up with her potion. Or maybe it turns into a love potion because he added carrots.
Oh, excuse me, just a moment. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I accidentally, I forgot that I put the go for 12, so ignore the second one if you've already, yeah, there you go. Sorry, I fucked up. Alrighty, sorry, Amy. Go ahead.
No problem. But she's also, you can tell from looking at her, this isn't a mispaint of that character. She's a different character. She has a different temperament. She has different mannerisms. So it's like a new character, but she makes sense in the beat of this particular comedy. So she's a neat character. She's very well painted. Her pose is really good. It's got a strong she's got kind of a strong arch to her movement, and the lighting's good on it. The way she's got a strong light kind of on her knees, and there's a blue light in the background which she's picking up from something that's behind her. And not illustrated, the background is kind of a flat orange and a warm color, and that totally works. But I still think those are nice details. She's well rendered, has a great silhouette. The broom being used as a little stir for the cauldron is a nice touch. No wasted details that way. And Bugs is adorable. He's got a great silhouette, good action. The arm pose is exaggerated, but that works for a cartoon, and it does create an interesting silhouette. So yeah, this is great. I would give this a 10 too.
Alrighty. Okay, and let's go to the chat. And we got Michael, the 10 column is well represented. It's duck season, rabbit season. Good thing I didn't bet money. Would have said England team went with Mickey due to the Disney stuff and history. I do like the character, yes. Bugs beats out any of the Disney main characters every day, twice on Sunday. Where's the 12th cover? Got that up. RDB says 10, Undead Quinn says 10, and Ethereal says 10. 1, 2, and 3. Ha, ha, ha. Have a good one, Dark Admiral. Ethereal says 1, 2, 3. Got that. Yeah, if they had to fight Looney Tunes all the way due to Toon Force, Disney has that as well. They literally break reality more than anyone, with Amy's example. Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool covers and colors. All right. Glenzer says 10. MK says 10. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And then we have Brian Stam saying 9. And then we have Too Lady, because I put the thing up. Not the best cover, LOL. Jackson says 9. Alrighty. And then we have That Witch Looks Like Guardians fan. I don't know what that means. Yeah, this is my favorite color. Cover, says Michael. 8, that's funny, says Joe. And then the best one is the first Merry Melodies cover of the night. Okay. 10, the inking on these are genius, says one slick dude. I just hope he put the same emphasis, like he was sitting there. The inking on these covers are genius.
Yep.
You have to do the one thing.
He probably didn't do that because he's probably not really weird.
Maybe like a Dexter's Lab.
That's
kind
sad.
of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Bugs Bunny, trick and treat Bugs, showing his moxie by slicing his carrots into the witch's brew. Simple, effective, little, yellow, different. Sells the Halloween vibe to target audience. Score a brew 10. Already voted above on the first go for 12. Beat of the comedy. No, those are carrots, says Jackson. All right, let me get the stop here and see where this one goes. And this one has 1, 8, 2 9s, and 11 10s. So the 10s get another roommate.
All right. Well deserved.
Alrighty. There you go. And these are the placements, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to find out what the order they go in. So here we go. Obviously, we know what number 12 is. But what are the rest? Let me get a go for the 8s. And Eric, if you want to go first here, go for 8s. What is your... Oh, go ahead.
First, I think it's a Travis mockery that the third and fourth ones aren't in the 9 column. People let me down. Because now I can't decide which one I want to. The one in the end is my favorite.
Okay, Halloween Parade. I believe that was number 2.
And obviously, the glow stick carrot is my least.
Okay. I'm just going to put glow. So, alrighty. And Amy, what is your favorite and least favorite of the 8s? And chat, by all means, please join us.
I think my favorite of the 8s, that Halloween Parade really is very cute. And least favorite, while it is a perfectly good drawing, I think I'd say probably the glow stick carrot would be my least favorite of the covers.
Right. Yeah, I'm in agreement as well. The Halloween Parade and the glow stick carrot. Let's see what the chat is saying. Best 8, Red Mask. Worst, Bugs Shocked by Elmer and Carrot. Alrighty. So we've got the Red Mask and the glow stick. And next up, best is the End. Worst is Bugs and Daffy. Okie dokie. And the best is the one on the end, which is the one we're seemingly all voting for. Let's see. The Mask and the Carrot. Okay. That would be Red Mask and the Glow Carrot. And then we have, that was Ethereal. Jackson says, best is Bugs and Daffy. Worst is the DVD cover. Yep. Alrighty. And let's see, Halloween Parade best, first is the worst. There we go. And 8's best is the Glow Carrot. Worst is Bugs in the Mask. Alrighty. Well, thank you for skipping me, says Maranya. You are welcome. And thank you for looking at that in a positive light. I appreciate that, because normally it's not done that way. But Maranya says best is the Halloween Parade and the worst is the Glow Carrot. All right. There we go. Okay. And all right, let's go to this. And of course, it's done by, whoop, hello, Rhaegar's here. Best Parade and worst is, okay, we got a couple. Best is the Parade, worst is the Mask. All righty. And then we have best is the Pumpkin, worst is the Mask, says MK, which is just the same thing right there. And Skipper again, says RDV. Okay, so once again, these are done by ratio. And let's see, we only, oh wow, we only have one that had no positive and one negative. And but no, we have one positive and 8 negatives. I think that still is worse. So let's move this here. And then this, the Bugs and Daffy had 1 negative, no positive. And then we had 3 and 3. So it's a wash with the Red Mask. And we had 8 positive, 1 negative for the Halloween Parade. How it ended here is beyond me, actually. I agree. It should be the 9s or the 10s, but that's the way the ball bounces and the cookie crumbles. All righty, Eric, start us off on those 9s. Good night, Joe. Take care and be safe.
Let me do this real quick. Favorite is the last one. And my least favorite, unfortunately, is Ducky Pez. It's close. They're all really good.
They are. Ducky Pez is pretty awesome.
All right. And the third one would be the Ghost. Okay. All righty. How about you, Amy?
Oh, I mean, I have to give it to my girl Hazel, right? She's that's my favorite one in the 9s. Least favorite? Oh, geez, it was good. I don't know. Maybe the Porky Pig one with the stick thing like that. I feel kind of sorry for Bugs. So,
and I am in complete agreement with you. My favorite is the Witch Hazel, and the my least favorite is the one where Porky Pig's trying to scare him with a pumpkin. Let's go to the chat where Brian Stan says 9. Best is the Daffy Ghost. And
Very
the worst
good,
is Porky with a pumpkin. All righty. Then we have Glimzer saying 9. Bugs reading. Worst is Witch Hazel. All righty. And then we have Jackson saying best is Hazel. Worst is Porky's pumpkin. And then we have Brian. I jumped the gun for the 9s. But no, you're good. You're good. Last is best. First is worst. Is what RDV is saying. So Witch Hazel gets the negative, and the Pumpkin Pig is the best. And then Hazel, right? Says Ethereal. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure it out. But Maranya says best is Witch Hazel, worst is Porky Pig on a stick. Alrighty.
Well, he is. He's on the other end of the stick, isn't he?
Best is Bugs getting scared by the pumpkin. And the worst is the Shrek Witch. Okay. And then we have third best, first worst. Okay, so the Pumpkin Pig on a stick is the best. And the worst is the Witch Hazel, according to Michael Taylor. Bugs reading is the best. Worst is the Candy Bucket. All right. And then we have Maranya. That's Jose. What? Best Witch Hazel. Worst Porky and Pumpkin on a stick. Says Maranya. Okay. Yeah, I got that one. Or did I? Yeah. And then let's see. Bugs reading is the best. Worst is Candy Bucket Lady. We got that. Looking like a Captain Crunch Berries box. I know Jose. Okay. There we go. Let me get the stop. And this is pretty easy because while it had no negatives, it only had one positive, and that is the Ghost.
Okay.
And then Witch had, well, actually, no, I guess, no, it wouldn't be. The Witch is the worst because it had 5 positives, but it had 6 negatives. So it's 1 down. Ghost had 1 positive, and then Pumpkin Pig is, oh, look at that. No, it would still be there, but not because of its high score, but because it actually evened out. It scores a 0.
So doesn't that?
Oh wait, actually, that means
second?
the Ghost is the best. Yeah, that's in second because the Ghost has 1 positive, no negatives. So yeah, there we go. Because the Pumpkin Pig here had 6 ups and 6 downs. All righty. With that, Eric, lead us off on the 10s.
Okay.
That was an emotional roller
I'm
coaster.
trying to figure out if Bill Maher's guests tonight were Joe Scarborough, Mark Cuban, and David Hogg. I'm trying to think of things I would rather do than watch that show. So far, I've come up with fall from a tall building, get hit by a bus, and accidental gender reassignment surgery.
I have one better for you. I'd rather read a Tom Taylor comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Drawn by Riley Rosmo.
That would have to be one painful hour of television.
The sound doesn't have to be on, does it?
Well, it's not the same thing to look at either. But it's a Joe Scarborough is really looking like Matthew Perry now. Anyway, it's tough because three of them
they're all great.
A three-sided coin between 2, 3, and 4, and I'd be good either way. But I think I'm going to go with the second one. It's my favorite, the Bugs Bunny Parade, which is strange considering the other 2 have my giant logo going down the side. But my least favorite is the first one.
Yeah, and I'm sure
Brain dead, Glenzer, but yeah.
I'm sure it's it's a really horrible cover too. I mean, all of these are awesome. So you said the Pumpkin Carrot is your favorite?
Yeah, I think so.
And Bugs Bunny Ghost is your least.
Yeah.
All right. Amy, tens.
I think overall, my most favorite probably would be Bugs with a Jack-o'-lantern carrot. That just seems like a very, very specific Halloweeny and very specific Bugs kind of a cover, and I do like little houses in the background. So that's a fun piece. They're all great. There's no wrong answer. Least favorite? Boo, 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 boo. I guess it would probably be the one with Porky Pig. Not that it's a bad cover at all. Just that I don't think of all of them. I think it's just it's my least favorite.
Okay, now I'm thinking the best. I said it out loud and I mean it. Is Trick and Treat number 2, the one with the witch. And
yeah, that's a great painting. Yeah, that's
my favorite, and the least favorite is the pumpkin carrot. I am not giving a low score to a house that goes, what? No, that's not good. All righty, let's see what everybody else is saying here in the chat. Alrighty, where we got that go for tens? Y'all have no senses. Best, says Glenzer, is Bugs putting carrot into pot. Alrighty. And then we have the worst is Bugs scaring the pig. Or pigs. Okay, that would be the first one.
Oh, there's 2 of them. Yeah.
There's 2 pigs on one. There's 1 pig on the other. 10, best Bugs and carrot jack-o'-lantern. Worst is Bugs as a ghost. Alrighty. And then we have, bro, I would rather get probed by aliens. Do you mean like Haitians taking over the apartment building aliens, or do you mean like outer space aliens? Let's see. Third is best. First is worst. Alrighty. And we have They All Ugly, says Rhaegar. Not meaning, of course. Bugs Bunny spooking Porky Pigs and Petunia is the best, and the worst is Bugs on Porky and the bicycle. The bicycle. Alrighty. Carrot soup and Bugs with a horn. Okey-dokies. Artichokes. I have an unpopular but correct opinion on the tens, it seems. Bugs spooking Porky and Petunia is the worst. Bugs on the... let's see.
They're all great. I mean...
Michael says, tough one. Bugs and Witch is best. First is worst. Alrighty, once again, they're still all great. They're just, yeah. Let's see. Rhaegar, Carrot Bugs best, Witch Cauldron worst. Carrot Bugs, the pumpkin carrot. And the Witch Cauldron is the worst. Let's see, Carrot Bugs. Okay, we got that one. Oh, and I'll say best is the giant carrot bugs, and the worst is the mask. The mask. Okay, I see it. Which one? Giant carrot bugs. Alrighty, and I'm taking it you mean the one with Porky Pig. Halloween fun is my favorite of the night, says Michael. And did I get skipped, says Jackson? Did you? I didn't think I skipped anybody, but best scaring Porky and worst is Bugs scaring Porky and Petunia. Alrighty. And there we go, gang. Let me get the stop for the tens, and we will. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Once again, going through the ratios and what we got here. Oh well, in all honesty, this is so far down. It's got 1 positive and 6 negatives. Alrighty. The next one up has 2 positives and 4 negatives, and that is the Trick and Treat with Porky Pig getting scared. And then we have 4 positives and 1 negative, and that is Pumpkin Carrot. And then with 5 positives and 1 negative is the Witches, and that is the best cover of the Bugs Bunny Night. So we have number 12 bobbing for carrots. Number 9 or number 11, we've got the glowing DVD cover. And then we got the Bugs and Daffy trick-or-treating at number 12, 11, 10. 9 is the scary mask, Bugs scaring himself with a mask. Number 9 is the one that should be in the 9s. Bugs and a jack-o'-lantern. Number 8 Wait, hold on. I've got this off. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Number 7 is Witch Hazel. Number 6 is Porky Pig Scaring Bugs. Number 5 is Daffy Duck as a ghost. Number 4 is Bugs Bunny Scaring Petunia and Porky. Number 3 is Porky Getting Scared by Bugs. Number 2 is the Pumpkin Carrot. Number 1 is Bugs Bunny putting carrots into the brew. There we go. All right, these are good. What was your favorite cover of the night, Eric?
I think the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern, whatever the hell that, the one I voted for in the 10s.
All righty. How about you, Amy?
Yeah, that Bugs is a really great cover, although I really still like my girl Hazel there. I can't help but go like, all right, awesome. It's so cool to see her get a whole cover. So,
all righty. So let me get to this.
I'm not thinking it's the best cover, but go Hazel.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not saying it was the best cover. I'm just saying go Hazel. That's awesome.
And RDV is saying his favorite is the middle of the 9s. We only have 3 rejects tonight. I guess I think this is a DVD cover as well. And then we have this. I didn't know if this was Halloween enough, so I took it down. And then this was a Golden Comics Digest, which now
is that Daffy flying?
Yeah, that's Daffy flying it with Tweety. Now that I know that the one was a DVD, I should have left this one in. But
okay.
Yeah, it happens. What? All right, let's go and check out the poll here.
Everybody had fun.
Yeah, that's the important thing. That is the most important thing, some people would say.
Yeah.
I would say that.
You're not doing it right if you're not happy.
Of course. If we're not enjoying it, then what? Oh, this says I'm live in 12 hours. Okay, so we had 16 votes, and thank you to everybody who participated. My suggestion of Aquaman did not go anywhere with 6% of the vote. Captain Marvel got 18, and then it is a tie between Charlie Brown and the 1960s Archie superhero title. So you know what that means. I put them both. We're going to put them both into the listings. Alrighty. And tier list, season 7. And we'll make a folder for both of them right here. We had Archie superheroes. And by that, Archie as a superhero is what we're talking about, not the Archie superheroes. And the other one was Charlie Brown. You're a clown.
Speaking of Aquaman, did you hear the news?
Josh Williams.
No, better.
What?
Jeremy Adams.
Jeremy, I get those two mixed up all the time, to tell you the truth.
I do think Jeremy Adams is a slight upgrade over Joshua Williamson. I think he's just.
Is he a writer?
Yeah, he was the writer on The Flash when he made The Flash a family-friendly book again, which of course meant DC had to fire him off of it.
Of course.
Well, right at the top of my trade paperback shelf, I have Death of a Prince, and then I've got the Dan Abnett run. On my hardcover shelf upstairs, I've got oh goodness, I forget the title of it, but it's the one where Aquaman's laying on the beach in that storyline where Mira goes missing.
Yeah. Apparently Marvel canceled Captain America. I know that J. Michael Straczynski's been going absolutely out of his mind recently. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but apparently that book has just gotten unreadably bad.
So is it woke bad or is it?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, it started off, it was fairly decent, but I stuck around for 3 issues, but I noticed even in the second one, he wrote Doctor Strange like the movie, and he was in Captain America was, I think the term he used was icked out by Spider-Man's. Yeah, it always been found him icky or whatever. It's like, I don't know what happened to this guy. Like I said, I've been on record for 20 years saying I did not like his Spider-Man run, but I did like his Thor, and his Fantastic Four was okay. His Superman was dreadful, but now he's just a bitter old woke TDS suffering loon.
So he wrote Captain America scared of Spider-Man?
Just creeped out by his costume.
That's
and when you're talking about a character that has been written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and people were saying it was getting worse than that.
Man.
So this is the 98th episode that we have done. We have gone through 100 sets of covers.
Nice.
And by the way, just to give a little heads up, I don't count brackets either as the episodes. I just count strictly the comic book covers. So in two episodes, we're going to be doing a 100 issue number 100. It's kind of like we did with the 50s. Is there a 100th issue you think I should include? And I was also wondering, do you think I should do horror comics with 100 issues? Because it is Halloween still. We're still in that time.
I don't know if you can find enough to do a show of books that made it to 100.
But I could include them in at least, I guess.
But yeah, to answer your question, what immediately comes to mind are the big Marvels, like Fantastic Four, Amazing Spider-Man, the Avengers, all had really cool 100. But two of them that I really hope you include are Batman and Superman from the original runs, because they celebrated the 100th issue, because some comics didn't even acknowledge that it had gotten to 100.
That's a thing to overlook. My goodness.
Well, it wasn't that big of a deal in those days.
They didn't make it was a little bit before they actually did a thing about it.
Yeah. It's just like maybe there was a time when first issues would come out and they wouldn't put the number on it because they were afraid people wouldn't buy it because it was new. Now books get relaunched every 6 months so they can get a new number one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Batman number 1 is a series of Batman covers.
So Superman.
All right, so here is the Batman 100th issue for those of you that have never seen it before.
Oh, that's neat.
All righty. I'm looking forward to this one. I am. Let's see. For the 100th show, the chat gets copies of all the books shown for the ratings. You know what? If I could, I would. Have a good night, RDV.
One of the conventions I went to, I used to try to find a couple big books each time. One year were the two 100s that I just suggested.
Nice. You found both of them?
Yeah, they're very, very hard to find now. I mean, I've got the Batman again, but it's in a look at it wrong and it'll crumble to dust condition. Iggy would say it's whoa minus.
But it exists, and that's the important part.
Until I try to take it out of the bag again, then it'll.
Okay, don't take it out of the bag again.
Probably won't.
Let's see. Flash Comics. What are we looking at? A Hawkman cover that just doesn't look like a 100th. Yeah, exactly. It's very. It's okay. It's a good cover. But it is kind of funny when at a certain point they were all, oh, it's a big cover, it's a big issue.
Yeah, because I imagine the Detective in Action might just be, just another issue on both of those. Green Lantern, Green Arrow 100 is kind of Cool. It's a pose cover, but it's X-Men. Yeah, X-Men's.
Oh,
great.
X-Men's going in easy. Yeah. That one is an iconic.
I picked a good cover. Yay! Well, I mean, maybe obvious cover, but still.
Well, of course, sometimes you gotta throw in the obvious one. I think it's just Green Lantern.
Because there's not too many comics that made it to issue 100, maybe?
Well,
Not new.
When we were kids, yeah, me and the other old man here, 100 issues were commonplace.
Yeah.
It's just it's a modern phenomenon that they believe that you have to relaunch every 10 minutes because they want that first issue bump. And it really averages out, but you know, it's just
Showcase 100 is
that's a cool cover.
Yeah, this Green Arrow kind of reminded me of Showcase 100. Yeah, I'm gonna go through these. I'm gonna try to find some awesome 100s. Let's see what's next though. On Sunday, I think it's another one where you don't have to worry about it. Let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is Marvel Tales Golden Age. So it's Golden Age horror, but it's not what we showed the other day. It's Marvel Golden Age. So you should be safe. You should be safe on Sunday if you want to join us there, Amy.
It's probably more mystery than horror and more like suggestive than actual violence.
Actually, I can bring it up.
Yeah, yeah.
1949 is the one we're looking for. Reverse it to the beginning. What is this saying? The numbering of this series was continued from Marvel Mystery Comics, issue 92 with issue. Oh, okay. So Marvel Mystery is where we should begin this. Oh, that's superhero stuff. Let's see. Did it begin that way? Yep, that's superhero stuff. So we'll be going Marvel Tales. And the first issue of Marvel Tales is actually issue number 93. Oh, yeah, this is easy peasy for you. Here, I'll share it out so you can see what's coming up. There you go. These would be the 12. So yeah, I think you'll get a kick out of these. And I get a kick. All right, Live Comics was Green Lantern, Star Trek, a good book. Yes, I never hear anyone talking about it, but heard good things. There's a lot of good comic books that nobody's talking about anymore. 2 suggestions for the, you know what? I love Iron Man number 100. That is a great cover. Daredevil's pretty good as well.
Usagi Ojimbo has 100 issues at least.
Usagi Ojimbo. Yeah, I'll take a look. Anyway, guys, tomorrow is our auction, and please join. Hopefully, the big dogs and the $5 books will show up tomorrow. We are really, really trying to keep our lights on because they're going to turn it off on Thursday, and we get paid again on, or they're going to turn it off on Wednesday. We get paid on Thursday. So fingers crossed that we can actually keep our lights on. That means, of course, I am probably going to be throwing stuff into the auction that I am only doing because we're desperate. So there will be some cool things there. So by all means, join us 8 to whenever, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And as always, thank you very much for hanging out. 182. Can you show the other 7 again? Wait, what? Jackson is, before I go, is asking 182938475. Dude, leave them in the leave them in the comment section. But that being said, you kids have a great day, and as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Stay geeky on that.